When we started this organizing drive, the workers were so fearful of management.
We didn't have any support before. We felt so empty.
They had been alone so long.
When I arrived at Arise Chicago, I arrived sad, with my head down, unsure. I arrived feeling small. My first campaign with Arise was in 2010 for wage theft and workplace abuse. I turned to Arise and we calculated what was owed. They said to me, listen, your employer doesn't owe you $300. They owe you $7,000. I said, wow, that's a lot of money.
Over $1 million a day is stolen from workers in Cook County.
So many of our faith traditions impress upon us this sacred commitment of protecting the rights of workers, of ensuring fair wages and fair treatment, of really recognizing the dignity of labor and the laborer. And I see Arise Chicago as this amazing catalyst for bringing us together around those issues.
Arise has come forth out of a background of the faith and justice tradition.
Arise Chicago, I think, is one of the really important organizations in this city right now. It's the only organization that brings workers, the various faith traditions, and unions all together at the same time in the same place. And you know, when you work in an interfaith way like that, you really bring the full weight of the moral tradition of every religious denomination to the table. And that moral strength is exactly what workers need when they're in struggles.
Founded by faith leaders in 1991, Arise Chicago engages the faith community to support workers in ending their workplace exploitation.
I think that the workers really felt like everybody had their back. And I think they had been alone so long, and when Arise Chicago stood up and they organized this and they got the religious community behind it, they got the civic leaders behind it, they had mainstream media cover it, I think it really validated what this was all about, and it really made them feel embraced, and that was meaningful. And they've helped families, they've helped people in our craft, and they gave us a big advantage, and the staff is terrific. Arise Chicago was terrific.
And Arise Chicago showed them, with the faith-based community, bringing the support and the encouragement that was so important for the members. And they took that to the polling place when they voted us overwhelmingly to unionize. We couldn't have done it without them.
The work that Arise does is extremely important to us, as a community, and I think it's important when you have different moral leaders come together, different faiths come together to acknowledge one thing, that work is to be respected, that families are to be respected, and there's nothing more important than that, because everything else in society stems from that. You have strong families and strong communities, you'll have a strong society.
Once we got to know Arise, got to know the union, you realize that they fill the emptiness. You feel complete.
Arise Chicago educates and organizes union and non-union workers and develops their leadership skills.
Now I feel strong, more courageous. More than anything, I feel that I am powerful, that I have a powerful voice. My life and my kids' lives have changed. For the better.
This was an opportunity to live out my calling as a parish pastor, but also for her to find her own strength and find her voice, to be a source of strength for others. It's very important that workers know their rights, that they know that they have a voice, that they're not standing alone.
Arise Chicago has recovered over $7 million in stolen wages.
Cuando yo crucé esa puerta de Arise Chicago, yo sentí que yo salí como toda una guerrera.
When I walked out of the doors of Arise Chicago, I felt like a warrior, with my armor, my helmet, and my sword. When I learned that they were fighting for paid sick days, I fully identified with the situation. I decided to use this sword of knowledge to support this campaign.
So I think what makes Arise unique and different from lots of advocacy organizations is that they're doing the work on the ground floor. They're working with workers, they're organizing them, and then they bring them to the table to help drive the policy solutions. It's collaborative. It's working with elected officials, working with the mayor's office, and bringing workers to the table to help craft legislation that benefits the same people who are impacted by the injustices. I mean, there would be no wage theft ordinance without a rise, and there certainly wouldn't be a paid sick leave ordinance without a rise.
The Illinois campaign for a domestic worker bill of rights was 5 years in the making, and Arise played a huge role in galvanizing not only organizing workers in the Polish community and the Latino community, but also organizing unions and community groups and communities of faith and faith leaders to get involved and feel connected to this movement. I can't say enough how important Arise Chicago's work and leadership is in this work.
Between 2013 and 2016, Arise Chicago passed 5 pro-worker laws.
It gives me the power to keep fighting when I see my brothers and sisters from Arise Chicago standing out there in solidarity with us.
Yes, I feel strong. I feel powerful. I feel motivated to go out and support however I can.
Arise Chicago is an organization that is at the service of solidarity. I congratulate Arise Chicago, and I encourage everyone to be a supporter.
We're so grateful to Arise Chicago.